For every person that worked hard in their life and became successful, there is an entire graveyard of people who worked just as hard, if not harder, who failed miserably. Hard work is necessary, but the reason why winners win and losers lose is something completely different. It's not hard work. Otherwise, construction workers would be millionaires. I used to work every day for hours and hours until I burned out, thinking that it was necessary because everybody online told me to. I would sit in front of my computer literally morning till evening, sunrise till sunset, just to look at my to-do list afterwards after 12 hours of work and realize that I achieved all, nothing. And the whole internet was full of winter arcs and monk modes and the lonely chapter and a bunch of grown-ass men proudly telling me how hard they worked for their success. But it was actually when I had a call with one of my friends who was actually quite successful in my opinion, that I understood why my work amounted to zero results. And after a few months, everything started to pick up. I worked less, I was more social, I was going out every once in a while, and suddenly we just won the school games, becoming the world's #1 health community on school. Because this time I knew that grinding and being busy all the time did not make anybody rich. Here's the thing, there's actually 3 drivers to success in life. One of them is obviously hard work, because if you're not going to put in any hard work, there's actually no way that you're going to achieve anything, because how are you going to? Here's the thing though, your hard work can be completely unnecessary and completely irrelevant, and you will only make any progress under the circumstance that you master the other 2 elements. Why? Let's assume that you and me are sprinting in a race and you sprint faster than me, like actually double my speed, but instead of actually running towards the finish line like I'm doing, you're running in the complete opposite direction. Although I'm slower than you, I will achieve my goal faster and I will beat you in the race. Because although you're running as fast as you can, you're running into the wrong direction. So in business, people will actually pay you for the value that you deliver to them. And in order to do that, you can not only put in hard work. Naval Ravikant once actually said that if you work like a machine, you will be replaced by one. And in a world of AI, you can be replaced today. So you need something else. And that something else is knowledge. Here's the thing, when I wanted to get my first clients, I did everything to get clients. I would send cold emails, I would send cold DMs, I would post videos on Instagram and on YouTube. My videos didn't perform, my DMs wouldn't reach anybody, and my emails wouldn't even get opened in the first place. So there was actually no way for me to get any clients at all, despite all of my hard work. I was working day in, day out, as I said, sunrise to sunset every single day, just to realize that I probably sent dozens, if not hundreds of messages today, look back and realize that I got no replies. And if I did get replies, most of them were people blocking me or insulting me or just telling me not to text them anymore. However, once I actually sat down and consumed every single piece of content that I could, whether it was books, whether it was mentorships, whether it was courses that I bought, I knew now how to acquire clients. And that was when I had the knowledge to solve my problem, which was to get clients. And what happened afterwards was I was actually not sending dozens or hundreds of messages, but I was sending 30 every single day. And these messages got 4% appointment booking rates, which means every single day I would get around 1 appointment, 1 person that would want to get on a call with me and talk business for me to close them. That was less work, but I had more knowledge and I now was able to get them on a call with me. However, I still did not get any clients. And that was actually because knowledge was the perfect thing that I needed to get from getting no appointments to getting appointments. So now I worked less, but achieved more. But that more was still not the end goal, because I wanted to get clients and I didn't want to just get appointments. Because once I hopped on these calls, it was actually the 3rd element that I lacked completely, that led to me hopping on calls every single day with people, not closing them, sometimes being laughed at, and not really being taken seriously, especially because I was so young at that time. The one thing that I changed that then led to me making money and closing clients was clarity. Clarity is the 3rd element of a trifecta, I would say, that you need in order to become successful. Once you have hard work, your hard work can amount to something as soon as you have knowledge. But where most people go wrong is actually clarity. That is actually where most people fail completely because they don't understand how to get clarity. Let me tell you a story. I remember back in the day when I was working all day, every single day, I was afraid of taking a break. I was afraid of going out, having hobbies, meeting other people and talking to other people and getting my mind off business. And I thought it's going to lose me money. Everything is going to crumble. Although I had nothing built up, like there was nothing to defend, but I was still thinking that something was going to crumble for some reason. But here's the thing. First of all, it's not. Second of all, being busy all the time and working all the time was the reason why I didn't make money. It was not that I didn't make money despite working a lot, but the reality was that I didn't make money because I was working a lot. Clarity is acquired through silence. If everything in your life is completely, and I mean completely and utterly loud, you're listening to music all the time, you're scrolling through reels all the time, you're watching YouTube videos all the time, and you're asking different kinds of people for advice every single day, then you will have so many influences on your mind that your subconscious mind actually has no idea how to solve a problem now. Because how is it supposed to if there's no room to think and to process the amount of knowledge that you gain? You need silence in life, and you cannot get that if you work. It's not only about the usual things that they tell you online about, oh, stop scrolling, stop watching YouTube videos and stop watching porn and stop getting distracted by all these things. Yeah, sure, that's one element, but the other element is also work. And people don't tell you that because they try to sell this notion that the only reason why they are successful is because they're hardworking. And as long as hard work is the only reason that you're not where you're at, then you can buy my course and you just need to put in the hard work. You're going to become a millionaire. That is how you sell a course. That's actually a sentence by Blair Warren. And the sentence says, if you want people to do anything for you, you need to encourage their dreams, justify their failures, confirm their suspicions, and help them throw rocks at their enemies. And this thing is actually to encourage their dreams. Tell them, all you need to do to achieve your dreams is to work hard. It's a very easy way to sell to people. And the byproduct of that is that so many people are burning out nowadays. So what is it that you need to do? It's not only to delete Instagram and YouTube. I actually don't have Instagram and YouTube on my phone at all. I don't have X. I don't have anything. It's just work. I want to get on YouTube. I have my MacBook, but delete it off of your phone. That's one step. That's what you hear all the time. But the other thing is actually to have a time where you don't work. And when I say don't work, I don't mean work at all. That also doesn't mean to read a book. Also doesn't mean to journal. Also doesn't mean to watch a course, listen to a podcast, listen to music, anything. I mean, zero inputs for maybe the first time in weeks, and that for multiple hours. Go to the gym without music, drive without music, sit and eat in silence without music, without a video that you need to pull up just to be able to consume a meal. That's fucking weird, by the way. Imagine you need to pull up YouTube and watch a video to be able to eat. And you will realize that the byproduct of silence is clarity, because all the noise is now gone. And once the noise is gone, the only thing that is left is you. And your thoughts can actually solve way more than you might think. You might think that the solution to what you have is out there. It's another YouTube video, another course, another person who can help you, somebody in your network who you can text. That may be the case, but 99% of the case, your gut feeling knows exactly what to do. My gut feeling would have told me back then that all I needed to do is to improve my outreach. Understand that your gut feeling is incredibly good at what it does. And if your gut feeling or your mind and your body is telling you, I am tired, bro, I cannot work, I cannot think, no matter how much you set me in front of this PC, then that's a reason to take a break. And if you cannot take a break, then you are nothing but arrogant. And this is going to piss a lot of people off, and this might lose me some potential clients, but here's the truth, man. Arrogance means that you think that you are better than others for no explainable reason. You think that I can work all day, I can work 24/7, I can do this, I don't need to take a break, I'm different than them. And this is not driven by motivation or inspiration, but it's driven by anxiety. And I hope this caused something in you and you actually see yourself in this. They say a rat will run away from something faster than it runs towards something. And that's the state that you're in right now. You're not a rat, but you're running away from something. I don't care how much money you make. You can make 10 times or 20 times the amount of money that I make. You could be at 200k a month, 300k a month, 100k a month, 10k a month. You could be at ground zero, rock bottom, no money at all. Hours and hours of work, but nothing in return, although you're putting in the work. This is the reason why. There's something that you're afraid of that doesn't let you rest, that urges you to keep running and running and running, but you don't choose a direction, you just run. Take a break, stop being busy, kill the noise, and just take time to think. That is how you gain clarity. So once you have hard work, you just need to make sure that you have knowledge. Once you have knowledge, you need to make sure that you have clarity. And you need to understand that this process never stops. There are multi-millionaires that I know who are still addicted to TikToks, still addicted to Instagram Reels, some even addicted to pornography. It never stops. You always need to check yourself. If hard work amounts to nothing in your life, it is even knowledge or clarity. I thank you for your time, and I hope I could help. Bye-bye.